Now, Turkey is deploying tens of thousands of troops to the Syrian border. Ankara says it won't get drawn into Syria's civil war, but they need to be cautious. The Turkish government is pushing for a security zone in Syria and says it's discussing the option with the United States. TRT World's Ali Mustafa has more.
Tens of thousands of Turkish troops head for the Syrian border under the cover of darkness. Ankara is deploying 54,000 soldiers after watching Syria's civil war from the sidelines for years.
Sınır hattında belli tedbirler aldığımız doğrudur.
It's correct that we have taken precautions to protect our border. If there's any circumstance across the border that threatens Turkish security, orders to act have been given.
Turkey is on edge after Kurdish forces won a series of victories in Syria. The Kurdish YPG, the Syrian affiliate of the PKK, controls an area from the east of Kobane to Tel Abyad and Kamishli. Now the YPG is pushing to capture a region reaching from Afrin to Kobani, a 90-kilometer stretch held mostly by ISIS. Furthermore, Turkey says free zones in Syria are needed as there are potentially millions of people who could be uprooted.
We want this burden on Turkey to stop getting heavier, and we don't want more people to be displaced. From all these options, the most probable would be forming a safe zone and a no-fly zone.
Just south of the proposed no-fly zone lies Aleppo, Syria's largest city. It's divided between Bashar al-Assad's forces and opposition groups, but this might change. Opposition fighters are mounting a major offensive. They're after the Air Force intelligence headquarters in Zahra, on the western edge of the city. They've tried many times before and failed. Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! ISIS too remains on the outskirts of Aleppo, waiting for an opportunity.
Aleppo is at 50 kilometers of the borders with Turkey, so the war is very close to it, and the threats are now very real. Radical groups can infiltrate it inside the Turkish border.
Together, a hostile Kurdish enclave and ISIS are growing concerns to Turkey, and Ankara is now preparing for what could be a widening conflict in Syria. Ali Mustafa, TRT World.
Well, with me now in the studio is Metin Gorcan, who is a security and defense analyst. He's going to share his insights on what's happening on the Turkish-Syrian border. Will Turkey move troops into Syria?
I think within high probability, Andrea. First, I have to emphasize this. The strategic setting for Turkey has drastically changed in the last month. If you asked this question to me last month, I can say that it's unlikely, but I think it's a little bit likely for Turkey. There are three factors right now that change Turkey's position. First one is about the domestic political scene. I mean, the recent HDP success, and also the reluctance of HDP to put a distance from the armed violence. I mean, the guys in the HDP right now, they are not doing so well on criticizing PKK and the armed, wing of Kurdish politics right now. This, I think, alarmed the Turkish political decision makers. And the second issue is about the regional level. The capture and the control of Tel Abyad by PYD, the Syrian Kurds, and also the possibility of this expansion of this achievement to the west to connect Afrin to the rest of the Kurdish cantons, I think, alarmed the Turkish state bureaucracy. And the last one is the global one, the soaring relationship between the Turkish and the U.S. decision makers, particularly on issues about Syria.
Okay, I'll get to more of those points in a second, but you have even described the situation in Syria as a quagmire, which
Yes.
means you can put troops in very easily. You can go about your military objectives there, but getting them out,
Yes, that's right.
will be near impossible.
Every time. I mean, we see this in Iraq, in Afghanistan, the withdrawal phase. I mean, the last phase is extremely important. And in the Turkish matter right now, there are lots of scenarios being discussed. Thousands of soldiers, hundreds of tanks. I don't see this sort of grand operation. What I can say right now is that within high probability, we will see a sort of show of force that put Turkish agency, Turkey's agency on the ground. You know, Turkey Turkey is trying to emphasize that I'm an important actor in this game. And with this ground, operation, Turkey wants to emphasize its agency to be a much more active actor in the region.
Okay.
Thank you.
Metin Gulshan, I'm going to have to wrap it there. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for coming in.